Have you grown tired of always watching the same type of shows over and over again and would like to change it up? Has the lockdown made you feel even more trapped because you can't seem to find something new and exciting to watch online? This is exactly how I felt before I discovered the sensation that has gained a lot of attention in the last few years: Korean dramas, better known as K-dramas.
뭐 하냐?
노력.
무슨 노력?
특별한 존재랑 사랑에 빠지려면 어떻게 해야 하는지.
The so-called Korean wave has spread across the globe very quickly in the last decade, popularizing Korean culture such as K-pop, Korean cosmetics, and now also K-dramas. If you haven't seen any yet, or are simply not quite interested, then let me tell you what you're missing out on and why this type of genre really deserves all the hype surrounding it. Although there are countless reasons in my opinion, there are mainly 6 that should do the trick. Number 1, the actors and the production. Of course, a big reason why people are so into these shows is that the actors are all very attractive. But besides that, they're also extremely talented, especially when it comes to conveying emotions through simple facial expressions. The characters they play also show very realistic representation of humans, where men are not afraid to cry and women do not simply play a damsel in distress. And production-wise, all of the shows are gorgeous to watch cinematically and showcase outstanding cinematography. Number 2, the length of a show. K-dramas have a definitive beginning and ending, with a large majority having only one season, usually between 16 and 21-hour episodes. This is great if you do not want to spend months on a singular show, and the story is given an appropriate conclusion without overstaying its welcome. Number 3, the storytelling. No matter what genre, most shows are very relationship-oriented and deal with important and serious issues as well as the daily life problems of Korean people. These shows really take the time to build up the human element in their stories and really aim to make their themes very universal and relatable. Although some shows can start off rather slow-paced, I can guarantee that nearly all episodes end with a riveting cliffhanger, which constantly keeps you hooked and wanting more. Number 4, the subtitles. Now this is usually the reason why people are so hesitant to starting a K-drama. Why watch a show where you can't understand what they're saying? But I think subtitles are actually a benefit, as they help you concentrate on what is happening and let yourself fully immerse into the plot. At the beginning, it might be difficult to adjust to being dependent on these subtitles, but you get used to it in no time and might even forget that they're not speaking your language.
Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films.
Number 5, it's educational. If you want to learn about the Korean culture, whether it's the history, the clothes they wear, the values they have, their traditions, K-dramas really do give you an insight. If you're not the type to read articles online or open a book about Korean culture, then media really is the perfect gateway to be educated, as well as benefit from the entertaining factor. Of course, it's important to understand that these shows depict idealized versions of reality, with very over-the-top plots. And lastly, number 6, the variety. There's so many different genres, I can almost guarantee that any type of audience can find a show suitable to their tastes and interests. Here are some of my personal recommendations. If you're into light romantic comedies, then shows such as Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-joo and Startup may be perfect for you. If you really want to dive deep into the real history of Korea and immerse yourself into political intrigues, then Hwarang or Rookie Historian might really get you hooked. More serious melodramas dealing with very heavy topics like mental health, politics, and abuse include the widely popular TV shows It's Okay to Not Be Okay, Crash Landing on You, and Sky Castle. If you're more into horror and gory stuff, then there are shows like Sweet Home and Kingdom. Then there are also medical dramas like Hospital Playlist and Dr. Romantic. And of course, if you're a person that likes a show with a lot of action, there is the K2 and Vincenzo. If you haven't tried to watch one yet, I hope that these reasons should have at least sparked your interest a little bit, because the world is wide and there's so much more content that can be seen and make our comfy days at home a little more exciting.